Hey, listen to me. You will get through this. Take a deep breath. You're going to be fine. I think we have all realized this by now that adulting is hard. Unlike the well known midlife crisis where you are faced with your own mortality for the first time, and it tends to be centered around feelings of running out of time, a quarter life crisis, on the other hand, has a sense of urgency to figure out how to even get to that midlife point in a way that works for you. Since I know that my demographic is somewhere in the range of 18 to mid 50s, I can assume that you have had your brush with questions like who am I? What am I doing with life? Where did the time go? Or there is too little time and way too much to do. And if you are anything like me, then you have thought way too deeply about these questions and have found yourself in an endless spiral of doom and possibly a lot of anxiety and even depression. And when I say depression, I do not use it lightly. And there could be a lot of reasons that could trigger a quarter life crisis, like uncertainty regarding your career, overwhelmed by hefty student loans, work related burnout, relationship difficulties, and many more. Dr. Jacob Tebbes, I hope I said that correctly, who is a professor of psychiatry at the Yale School of Medicine, explained in an article how people in their early 20s and 30s are ill prepared or feel trapped in adult roles. A quarter life crisis is as common as a midlife one. It's just that it has not been addressed as much, and considering the gravity of the situation, I think we should talk about it more. There are some signs which signal that someone you care about or you yourself may be experiencing a quarter life crisis, or how I like to call it, the dark night of the soul. You find yourself more and more unsure about what to do with your life. You find yourself becoming restless more often than not regarding the trajectory of your life and where you are in it presently. The more you think about it, the more overwhelmed you feel and have developed a certain numbness toward yourself. But deep down, you feel a lot of anxiety brewing within you. You may also be struggling with your close relationships, maybe ignoring people you care about, or simply just don't have the bandwidth anymore which is required to nurture relationships. You may be isolating yourself socially. It could be because you have become more insecure about your position in life and, in turn, your social circles. You have been comparing yourself way too much to others lately, to a degree that it has started to affect your mental health negatively. You now find it very hard to make decisions, and decision fatigue is a real menace. And on top of it, during early adulthood, every decision feels like an end all be all, and that pressure in and of itself can be very crippling for the best of us. And this one has become a cult favorite to find a purpose in life. And without it, you have been feeling stuck or stagnant. And especially while in the quarter life crisis, this need appears to be magnified. Like you cannot move forward until you find it, whatever it is. Well, there is a certain progression to the quarter life crisis, and if you are in the thick of it right now, then I know you feel like there is just no way out of it. But let me tell you that that is not true. There is a way out of it, and let me give you a glimpse of it. So that depending on the stage that you are personally at, or someone you care about is at, you might get an idea of what comes next. It starts with phase one. Initially, you will start to have these recurring thoughts in the background that you are stuck, you feel stagnant with where you are in life, while you look around and see the world moving really fast. There is a persistent nagging sensation that you are behind the curve or that you are lagging behind. Then comes phase two. This is what I initially called the dark night of the soul. This phase will will be like the most vulnerable you have ever been in your life, at least so far. The feelings of being lost and having no definite direction in life will feel very paralyzing, and every decision that you need to make will seem bigger than it really is. In this phase, you are in the thick of it. This is as bad as it gets. The has hit the fan, my friend, and you can't help feel less than everyone around you. And this is where the signs of depression take a hold of your mind and body. Phase 3. Here you start to get so frustrated with your condition that you feel this urge, this need to make changes. Hitting rock bottom has that effect on most of us. And so in this phase, you start to see some viable options around you. You have been in a dark place for so long that any glimmer of hope for a better life feels like a new beginning. Your struggles and patience in the previous stages have fortified you internally to take a leap. And for the first time in months or years, you are starting to push through your quarter life crisis. And then we come to the last phase, phase 4. Now, finally, your crisis has led you to a resolution, and you are starting to see clearly for what seems like the first time in a very long time. In this phase, you start to realize what's actually valuable to you. After the haze of adolescence and the head spinning rush of early 20s, where there are once again major changes happening in your brain and body, your crisis gave you the time that you needed to reflect upon what truly means to be alive for you, what truly makes you happy, and the kind of life that you want to live and who you want to be for the next few decades. I know this was a slightly heavy video, so if any part of this resonated with you, then I encourage you to seek professional help. Resist the urge to close yourself up. Be patient and reflect upon your journey. Keep a diary or talk to yourself. Create a daily vlog or just record yourself talking about how you feel. And I will leave you with the best advice that I got a very long time ago. When you are overthinking, write. When you are underthinking, read. And when you are confused, do both. And thanks to advances in the field of psychotherapy, talk to a professional. Help is available. Please take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.